2015 was a great year for many, especially for 5 Seconds of Summer. The Aussie Cuties accomplished a lot in just 12 months, so it's time to take a little trip down memory lane and remember 9 of 5 Sauce's biggest moments of 2015 right here on Listed. Callum, Michael, Luke, and Ashton started off the year on a high note. A little over a year after 5 Sauce announced that they were now starting their own record label, the guys signed their first band. On March 24th, it was confirmed that 5 Sauce was in the process of signing LA-based band Hey Violet to their label. I'm not gonna lie, that's actually a pretty impressive feat for the Australian band. Who knew that 4 years after 5 Sauce started, they would own their own record label and sign a band? Not too long after signing Hey Violet, the guys embarked on their first headlining tour titled Rock Out With Your Socks Out in May, bringing along Hey Violet as their openers for both the European and North American leg of their tour. This is where things go a little rough for the band, especially Michael. The guitarist totally scared the bejesus out of the 5 Sauce fan when he hurt himself on stage at the Wembley Arena during the band's Rock Out With Your Socks Out tour. The guys were filming that specific show for their movie, How Did We End Up Here, and decided to incorporate pyrotechnics to make it look super cool on camera. Unfortunately, the band didn't rehearse the show with the cool fireworks, and Michael accidentally walked right into them. Ouch. I can't imagine how scary that moment was for Michael. He tweeted after the concert with a picture of his bandaged face and apologized to his fans for not being able to finish the encore. That's definitely nothing to apologize for because it was out of his control, but thankfully Michael is doing much better these days. He does kind of need to work on being safe on stage though, because months later, well, we'll talk about that in a little bit since we're doing this chronologically. Before the group's, or should I say Michael's next low, the guys were all flying pretty darn high. 5 Sauce's She's Kinda Hot was nominated for the fan-voted Song of the Summer award at the VMAs. It was a pretty close competition because they were against artists like Taylor Swift, Justin Bieber, Demi Lovato, Fifth Harmony, and those aren't even all of the nominees. In the end, all of the 5 Sauce fans' hard work paid off because these guys walked away victorious. Maybe next year, Harmonizers. Summer came to an end, the season, not 5 Sauce. And the Aussie Cuties had a bunch up their sleeve. Before their second album dropped, the guys announced that they would be going on their first full-length worldwide tour titled Sounds Live, Feels Live, starting April 2016 to support their Sounds Good, Feels Good album. Speaking of which, next on our list is the release of their sophomore album. About a week after Sounds Good, Feels Good was released, it went straight to #1 on the Billboard 200 chart, making it 5 Sauce's second #1 album. Fun fact, according to Billboard, 5 Sauce is the only band, not vocal group, to have its first 2 full-length studio albums debut at #1. Congratulations, you guys! But we all know what goes up must come down. It's time to talk about that dreadful moment when Michael fell off a stage yet again during a performance. This time, instead of the cameras rolling for their bandomentary, it was rolling for the whole world to see. Let me take a moment to set up this story for you. The BBC Radio 1 Teen Awards were coming to an end and 5 Sauce was coming out onto the stage to close out the show. As the band started playing the beat to their hit song, She Looks So Perfect, Michael walked out on stage clapping his hands, and he walked out a little too far because then he fell into the open pit in the middle of the stage. Oh, Michael. The singer left that night with a bruised ego and a pair of crutches to help him walk. At least he's okay now. Moving right along, a couple of weeks after that incident, the guys released their first concert film, How Did We End Up Here? Not only does the movie include performances from their sold-out shows at the Wembley Arena, it also takes fans on a journey from 5 Sauce's very first gig in Sydney, Australia in 2011 to where they are now. Pretty nifty, right? I mean, who wouldn't want to watch a movie about how 4 hot and talented guys go from being nobodies to somebodies, right? It's really incredible to see how far these lads have come, and they ended 2015 exactly how they started it, with a big bang. Callum, Michael, Luke, and Ashton were recruited to ring in the new year with Ryan Seacrest and a ton of other celebs on Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve with Ryan Seacrest on December 31st, aka New Year's Eve. It was their first time on the show, and they definitely rocked it. The band performed their hits She's Kinda Hot, Hey Everybody, and She Looks So Perfect for the Billboard Hollywood party, and it was a perfect way for the group to end their crazy year. Well, with that being said though, what was your favorite 5-sauce moment of 2015? Let me know in the comments section below, and right after that, click right over here to check out 8 celebrity friendships that make us say #BFF goals, and don't forget to subscribe to Clevver News. Thanks so much for hanging out with me here on Listed. I'm your host, Paulina Sariga, and I'll see you next time. Need more Clevver videos in your life? Well, click right over to the left to watch Celebs Get Pranked by Ellen, and to the right to check out some of the best songs from One Direction's Made in the AM.